Happy Saturday. What's up, family? Just like I said last week, I got to reflect on the fact that you showed up on a Saturday to do your daily rise. Yo, check you out. You doing this. You're doing it big. I'm proud of that. That's something good to celebrate within itself. And that's also good news because today is a celebration. Today is a day for you to reflect on the week that you've had, reflect about what's happened in your week, and reflect about either what you triumphed over or what you have overcome. Either way, you're here. Either way, you showed up. Either way, you've got a reason to give God praise and to celebrate the small becoming. You're becoming something. I want to say to you, if your life had a time lapse button, you'd be stunned at how much God has already changed you. You know what I'm talking about when I say a time lapse. It's when you see something that happened over a long period of time being videoed, but it all comes together at once. That's what we're about to talk about in fast mode. Have you ever seen a video of a plant grow from a small seed to its full self? It likely took weeks or even months in real life, but just in a couple of minutes, you saw a time-lapse video that showed it all unpacked as if it happened within a matter of seconds or just a few minutes. Becoming is slow in real time. Let me be clear about that. But heaven sees your transformation in time lapse. What I mean by that is that heaven sees differently than you do. Heaven sees the big picture of your story, not just what's happening today. But today we celebrate what's growing in your life, even when it feels invisible, even when it feels slow. Think of how plants grow. In real time, nothing looks different. But if you speed up the video, you can see the miracle of how small things turn into big and obvious things overnight. You're the same way. Small habits, small prayers, small choices, they all add up. Monday, we talked about the seed, remember? Now here it's Saturday, we got to honor the sprout. Honor what has happened with that seed. Most of the growth that matters is underground. This is often what we forget. Of course, we see the stem, we see the flowers, but all of the growth is not above the soil. Actually, most of the growth is underneath the soil. You never see it. It's internal, it's unseen. But people of God, is real. When you celebrate the small becoming, you're creating spiritual momentum in your life. You're telling your soul, I see God working in my life, even here, even now. And that celebration becomes your acceleration. That celebration helps your spirit to know that you understand what's happening beneath the soil. That you don't have to see, 50 or 100 leaves to know that you're growing deep roots. It's that sort of mentality, it's that sort of framing, it's that sort of daily discipline to celebrate the small becoming that empowers you to grow fast. Today, I want you to do one small thing. I want you to write down one small win from this week. I want you to name that win. I want you to honor that win. And I want you to praise God for that win. Because it's in this spirit of gratitude, it's in this spirit of counting your blessings and naming them one by one that God will help you to see that you've grown more than you think. What the enemy wants is for you to not realize the blessing, to not realize the small becoming, to not realize just how far you've come. So we've got to counter against that. We've got to move in the opposite direction and say, I want to take a moment just to thank God for my small becoming. And as you begin to do that, to help you prime that pump, I want you to share with us what word describes this moment in your time lapse. What word describes where you are in your journey? What word reminds you your need to celebrate just how far God has brought you? Now, regardless of what is going on, tomorrow, we're going to reset, we're going to release, and we're going to rise again. And just as we started this week and we're finishing it strong, make sure you're here for tomorrow's word, because it is a pivotal word for your growth in bringing all of this together. And when you're thinking about this, I hope you're looking at your Rise roadmap. And I hope that you go through each day and build upon each day. Look at it and review each day for just a minute and see just how much you've reflected on. Even that within itself is something worthy of celebration. If you don't have the roadmap, make sure you go to kingdommovement.com/rise. And that sign up will get you into this entire movement and give you that roadmap so that you can be grounded in your growth. I'm excited about your growth. I'm excited about your weekend coming to an end and the start of a new weekend. You do this long enough, Monday mornings is not going to be something you're going to dread. Monday morning is going to be something you're going to get excited about, because you'll see that your rhythms are starting to change. Your perspective is starting to change. You're starting to realize that you don't just need a change in environment, you also need a change in mentality. And when you get that change in mentality, everything around you in your environment begins to shift with you. Don't forget, this throne, it points to one thing: your royalty. Live royal, fam. I love y'all.
Crown on my head, strength in my step, kingly.